The children in our country are being made to be the victim of a situation they are not involved, and then sent to a foster home where they again are reintroduced to trauma of being the odd ball. Our courts are contaminated with young, inexperienced caseworkers and polluted with bribes, high-priced bonuses for speedy adoption of terminated parents, and judges who don't practice law with the Constitution in their sights. This is a problem. George Washington never thought of children as pawn in the game of freedom and American values, and never had he wanted to sell them. They were from his maker, his creator. Our children are being run down for no other reason than the profits being made in some way. Somehow these government agencies make money hand over fist day in and day out. They have you go to classes that they are billing for, and there is no viable reason for you to attend. Yet when you hear an update, CPS tells you that you're further away from when you started. Reunification is your goal, not theirs. And after you go through 12+ months of grueling, painstaking classes and meetings, all while getting the slimmest amount of time to visit your child, and even worst, you are always supervised, never alone again with your child. It's awful. How do they feel, do you think?
Where's the outrage? Why is nobody standing up for these families being torn apart by CPS?
Please don't tell me you're going to put all your bets on this superhero. You grown-ups are supposed to be coming to his rescue. Stop ignoring this problem. There is nothing more I can say to any of you. Please fight CPS and help those who have lost so much they can help themselves.
Hello and good evening, everyone. I'm going to be your host tonight. Darren is out sick tonight, so I'm going to be hosting the show. You are a part of Abolish CPS, Victims Hunting Justice. We're waiting for some more guests to show up tonight. But I want to give a couple of updates on things. I found out recently that they have no case really against me. My criminal side, the attorney is on board. Hopefully, we'll get a dismissal maybe out of the deal. Who knows? I just filed a dismissal for the CPS case. We'll see what happens there. Stay tuned for that update. I'm waiting for Herbert and Miss Roz to join us. I think they got the links. I don't know who else is going to be on the show tonight. but I'm here hosting the show because, like I said, Darren is not here tonight. He is out sick. Um, so I'm hoping to get some people in here um, and hear some new stories and hear some sides of what people got going on right now. I know a bunch of you are supposed to be here, and I hope that they show up. We don't have any technical difficulties tonight. We seem to have had some in the last show, and I want to apologize from me and Darren. We didn't know what happened there. Um, so hopefully we'll be getting joined by Roz and Herbert, and I don't know if Mandy's going to join us tonight or not. But I hope that tonight's show will be a good show for everyone, and you'll understand why we're fighting to get our kids back. Title 4E funding is not the problem. The problem lies within CPS's policies and procedures because these caseworkers are not following through with their policies. They're not following through with due process of law. They're just taking an assumption of a child or that of your neighbor or whoever else is involved in your case and basing it slowly under hearsay and nothing more. And that's where we need to have this stopped. We cannot base someone's past or history off of hearsay. It does not work that way. And these courts and the judges and the clerks and CPS and the DAs and the attorney general are all the ones pushing this. And we're saying no. Us parents are standing up and saying, no, you are in violation of several laws. You are in violation of the Constitution of the United States. You are in violation of your own policies and procedures that you don't even follow. You know, this is getting ridiculous. They get you on assumptions and everything else and don't even know you. They say they want to reunify, but never do. They never do what they say they're going to do. Hey, Teets, how are you tonight? But it's all about their policies and procedures. If you look through CPS's policies and procedures, and you actually read it line by line by line, you will see where they're violating your rights because they're violating their own policies and procedures. Hey, Chris, how are you doing? I was hoping you would pop in and say hello tonight. We're supposed to be. I'm supposed to be joined by a couple other people. I got Herbert and hopefully Roz coming on the show tonight, and maybe even Mandy. I'm waiting to find out. Darren is out sick tonight, um, as I've said, so I'm hosting the show tonight. I'm just waiting on some others, but I'm kind of killing time and explaining kind of what's going on, you know. But yeah, they're violating policies and procedures. If you look through their policies and procedures, and then you go down through their policies, you can mark probably like 4 or 5 things that they're not doing. And that's a violation of their own policy. Just in my case alone, I have found over 3 or 4 that they have violated. One of them, which was a CAC video, they didn't notify the supposed non-offender parent. But my case is like all over the place because they're assuming this off of allegations. There is no physical proof, and it's all hearsay. Nowhere in this entire case has physical evidence of abuse. Nowhere in the police reports, does it really say it? Because you see in the police reports and the other reports by CPS that they're falsifying documents. They have witness tampering by the CAC people. They have coercion by the defendant's cousin. And it's ridiculous. She interdicts my name into her conversation. That's coercion and that's witness tampering. And then she states on a paper that she is getting her prepared for the case. So, in other words, that's coercing because she's telling her exactly what she wants her to say. And my oldest daughter is not talking to anyone. She decided that she didn't want to talk to either her mother or me. Will not talk to anyone in the family. Won't even talk to her brother and sister or her little sister. And my littlest one she wanted to see daddy today. She said it 5 times in a row. Where's my daddy? I want to see my daddy. Where's my daddy? I want to see my daddy. And I'm tired of this. I'm tired of feeling like I'm the left out parent. It should not be this way. My question thought is when it comes to the purchase of service agent contract by DCFS, are they held to the same policies and procedures? Chris, I think they are. You might want to look into the policies and procedures and see what it states for your state. Because if they're like you told me earlier, if they're booking out to other contracts, then there's got to be a clause in that contract somewhere. You need to find that special clause in their contract. It's going to take some digging, but you can find it. You need to request all files. You have a right to every single document. And if they make you pay for it, there's another way around that. You claim the Disability Act. And they have to give you your paperwork. Darren was talking about it last week on the show. And I'm kind of, there should be a whole section about contracted. Yeah. See, there you go. Carrie just said it. Carrie knows about that because she's gone through a little bit of that. I don't know where Miss Roz and Mr. Herbert are. I haven't seen them come in yet. I tried to start the show on time tonight. I didn't want to have it start late. But the agency I work with literally doesn't even have a supervisor. Yeah, no, that sounds a little fishy, Chris. It really does. Like I've been telling you, you know. The same with the judge. That thing I sent you this morning on the judge, you can use that. I'm telling you, file that complaint. If you don't file that complaint, you're never going to get it on the record. You want everything on the record. Every motion. So when you get a motion, make sure every motion is notarized. You want everything on the record. I think she's in Illinois.
Mm.
Chris. Is it Illinois? No, Ohio, I think. I contacted the president and you saw the email. Yeah, I did. Illinois. Yep. Yeah, I actually, that's kind of funny you mentioned that because I sent an email to President Trump, and I found his actual official office, and I emailed them kind of the policies and procedures that CPS has been violating. Just so he could see. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate you trying to find it. That helps out a lot. Seeing as how I'm pretty much alone tonight. I haven't seen Herbert. I haven't seen Roz. I haven't seen Mandy or Nick either. One Hope United out of Juliet, Illinois. Yeah. I'm kind of hosting the show. I hope I'm doing all right. Trying my best, anyways. But the more comments you guys put out there, the better off. It's going to help a lot. But there's a lot of things that are going on. Matter of fact, I just heard that CPS is yet again under fire here in Maine. So this is like the 5th or 6th time in the past 6 months that they've been under fire yet again. They're really starting to be put under the microscope. Matter of fact, in one of the groups I'm in, one of the ladies posted that she wants to hold a rally. So that's kind of awesome. There's a one in United, but the location is Jefferson Suite, Kane County, Illinois. Yeah, see, they're under scrutiny right now because the Supreme Court and even the Supreme Courts out here are starting to see what's going on, and it's not okay. They violate due process. They violate your constitutional rights, your 4th Amendment and your 14th Amendment all the time. Did you send it right to her, Carrie? Because I don't see the link.
Send it to me.
To Teats.
Oh.
I don't see a link there, so I mean, it's not showing me a link anyways.
Shouldn't show one on my side either.
I don't think it ever does. They have to follow their policies and procedures. According to law, they do. And if they don't follow their policies and procedures, you can go after them for it. Yeah, and don't forget the 5th Amendment. That's right. And my right to bear arms at that, because I did some interesting search on that. And Maine state statute states that they are not allowed to take away your gun rights here in Maine whatsoever. It's right on our own constitutional stuff here in Maine. It says that they cannot violate that law, but they have. And in the criminal side, I haven't even been charged for anything. I'm innocent until proven guilty, and I'm not allowed to be around firearms or have a damn hammer for that matter. I can't use a chainsaw. I can't have knives. I can't even have a pellet gun. Now tell me how screwed up that is. It's wild. There in the chat. Yeah, it didn't show it, Gary. I'm not seeing it on my end anyways. And I'm not seeing it over on the part where I can run the show. It's not showing up at all. I haven't even seen Herbert pop in yet.
Nope, it's just gonna.
I guess they're not going to be on the show tonight. I figured Herbert would have got in by now. I don't know if Darren's watching, but Darren, if you're anywhere or just watching, You might want to resend that link to Roz and whoever else was supposed to be on the show tonight. Yeah, because I started on time. Well, I wanted to be on time. I mean, the show is supposed to be on time. So Darren told me, he messaged me, he said, "Can you run the show? I'm not feeling good." And I was like, "Yeah, I can do that. I have no problem doing that." I told him what time I was going to start, and I started the show right on time. The show is supposed to go from almost close to 8:30 to 10 o'clock. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You did. Did you look at that thing I sent you this morning about the judges? Because that might come in play for you. Um, look up the code for your area, but I'm pretty sure that will. Thanks, Carrie. I appreciate that. I know you're busy with the kids. It's what after 9 or so there, I bet.
Where's she?
Canada.
Well, it depends on what part of Canada.
I don't know. What part of Canada are you in, Carrie? It kind of like spaced my mind, what part. It's depending on if you're on the East Coast side or
It could be St.
you're on the other side.
Part of Canada is an hour ahead of us, though. Part of it.
I can't bring it up
She's in
right
Iowa.
now. Oh, Iowa. Oh, Iowa. Okay. So you're on the West Coast?
Mm-hmm.
Josie. Oh, yeah. Josie's in Canada. That's right. I haven't seen her in a couple nights. I don't know where Herbert and Roz are. I'm only seeing two people in the back, and that's it.
Okay.
Midland. So yeah. But she's next to you. Yeah. Maybe you and Carrie should hook up and talk a little bit. She might have some insight for you, Chris, that you don't know about. Maybe if you guys follow each other or something. Seeing as how she's close to you, she might be able to help you with your case. Your case is just as screwed as my case is, if not more. Yeah, Chris's case is pretty messed up. We've been talking about it day in and day out. It's bad. It's just as screwed as mine is. Yeah, you guys should hook up, Chris, and talk about the case a little bit with her. Carrie's a really good, awesome person. I never heard anyone say they love Iowa. I'm hoping that the Punisher is actually watching and he's hearing the show, and I hope he contacts Roz and Herbert and lets them know that the show has actually started. I'm trying to host the best I can. You know how it is. Plus, I work today, so they actually let me on the grill and not the grill, it's the broiler, and run the fryer later today. So, second day, and I'm already doing it. So that's kind of awesome to me. But yeah, back to what I was saying, they're definitely violating policies and procedures. They're getting caught out there left and right. People are starting to see what these people are really about. They're not about reunification whatsoever. They want to make that extra incentive. They really do. And up here, especially, corruption really does run deep in Maine. You have no clue. It goes from the DAs to the judges to the attorneys to the AGs to the guardian ad litums to CPS to even our government. It's very corrupt up here. Like you have to fight tooth and nail just to be heard, and that should not be like that. They should be about reunification. They should be about helping you get on your feet, giving you them services that you're supposed to need to complete reunification, and they don't. I did my own drug tests. I did my own counseling. I set up my own parenting classes, and I did two of them. I did the co-parenting one, and I also did the regular one. So I did both just so I had that extra knowledge, and they do not care whatsoever. I'm still not seeing any of the other people come in yet, which is quite odd. Yeah, that's it's messed up how they're doing that. I mean, just like with my daughter, like I said, she asked about me 5 times today. She asked for her daddy, and she wanted to see her daddy, and nope. And there's nothing blocking that. There's no order stating that I cannot see my child. It's just CPS saying it, and you know what? That's unfair. That's unconstitutional, and that is definitely a violation of my 14th Amendment. I'm sorry to say, but they violate your rights, and they have no aspect of care whatsoever. They do not care if you're a good parent or not. They will still constantly violate your rights, and they think they have control, but their control only goes so far because they are and always will be a foreign identity. They are a corporation of trafficking kids for money, and they do it. It's all over the news. It's all in the papers. It's all over TikTok. It's everywhere. You hear about it on a daily. This person's missing. This person's missing. Our total up here is 270,000 missing children. Missing. That's a lot of children that are missing. And the numbers climb every day. I see it all the time. I mean, I heard of someone doing that, and I heard of it actually working. Um, Matter of fact, one of my people on TikTok was talking about that they got the FBI involved in some of the cases, and they actually found quite a few kids in some states. So, I mean, they're making headway. Yeah, Maine's horrible. It really is. You know, if I could turn back time, I would in a heartbeat, but that's never going to happen. Um, do I feel like CPS is totally violated me? Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. They removed me out of my home without a court order, without a anything, and then said I violated a PFA when I didn't. I wasn't even on my parents' property at the time. I was out on the roadway, which is legal. It's a public way. I got picked up and I left. So I was never here. I was at a friend's house pretty far away, and they got me on violation of a PFA. Yes, yes, yes. I actually heard about that. I was reading about a little bit about it today. Um, but yeah, there is a thing coming out about treason, and CPS really is doing it. And so are the judges, and so are the attorneys that are involved in their cases. Because the attorneys, they really don't do nothing. They really don't want to. They're all for the side of CPS. When you get a court-appointed attorney, CPS got them in their pocket. They have breakfast with them. They have coffee with them. Same with the judges. They have coffee and stuff up here with the CPS workers. I heard about it through someone, and that's wrong. That is treason at the highest level, and we need to start calling these people out on this. I know Roz would argue that with me, but I'm going to tell you right now, from the point stand of Maine, they are operating under treason. I'm sorry, Ross. I know you might be listening, but um, they are operating under treason
They're still working.
and violation of due process and constitutional rights. There's no arguing that. So I kind of see why Darren's fighting the way he's been fighting, because you know what? We got no anything up here to protect us from them. They're all against every single one of us. Another one of my friend Crystal, her case is similar to mine too. Um, she's right here in Maine as well, and she's the one that found the program that they're using, the AI software called Katahdin. And you know what? Without that, I would have never found out that they're using case files from when I was a child to try and make this case. That's what they're basing my whole entire case off of. Word for word, it matches when I was a child. Word for word. I put it together, and I put them side by side and was reading both of them word for word. And I told my attorney on the criminal side, and he goes, "Can you send me that?" I said, "Oh, yeah." But now I think about it, I want to meet with him in person and show it to him and let him read it just so I can see his face. I want to see his face when he reads it. It's called Katahdin. It's an AI, artificial intelligence software that Mean is using, but it is failing the system. They have numerous problems with it up here. Numerous. And it just went online last year. Just went online. And they're already having way too many issues with it. They're supposed to use it when someone makes an initial report on you, but they are using it up here to compile into a database, and it will mark you if it's up to like a 9 or a 10, and by that time it tells them you cannot reunify. So they're listening to an AI, billing AI software dictating whether you can reunify or not. That's a major treason and violation of due process. And they're not even supposed to be using it. It's not supposed to be used for that. And that's what they're using it for. They're compiling everything from your history into it. Anything to do with your social security number, anything to do with your name, your full name, it's pulling every single file off the net or off anything that they've had or old court cases. It yanks it all into one thing. And that's how they get away with it. We need to call them out. I'm sure it's used in other states. It's probably got a different name. But I heard that it was supposed to be across the states. Even the 911 people use it. Jails use it. Schools use it. Your social workers use it. And there's also your counselors use it. They all use the same program. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know what happened to everyone tonight. I really don't. But at least I got some people here and comments are going, so that's awesome. Like your caseworker, she doesn't have a valid driver's license. Right, you're right. You told me that, and that's against the law. If she's driving a car and going here, there, and everywhere, and she's not driving under a license, she's breaking the law.
And if she's
But
putting kids in her
ain't
car?
and if she's putting kids in her car, think about that. You know? Yeah, Herbert did. I haven't heard from Herbert since the other day. Me and him were talking on the phone for a couple hours, but I haven't heard from him since. It's been quiet, so I hope he's okay.
Ross.
Roz is working, so that's why she's not here tonight
She thought it was supposed to be Canadian. I'm seeing a Canadian movie.
with your kids. Right? Imagine what she brought my kids to me without a car seat. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she told me about that. Um, that's unreal. Kids are supposed to be in a booster seat or car seat when they're under a certain amount of weight. So even then, you need to document that, Chris, and put it. You need to start taking pictures when things that happen, and you need to record, video record, audio record, screenshot, everything. You want every little detail of every single screw up by them. Everything. For Chris, there has to be some way to file something with the court to let them be aware of these issues. Yep, exactly, Carrie. Document everything, good and bad. Even when you tell them what your rights are, the violations, make sure you include that in there in every email. That's why they hate me, because I served them under color of law, which is USC Title 18, 241, 242. I served that to them, every single one of them, even including the jail and the courts, both courts at that. The DAs, I served them all, and they don't like that because I speak out. That's why I'm on the show, is get my voice heard and to put out their awareness and let people know that CPS is not your friend. You do not want to let them in. They come knocking. I'm going to tell you right now, if you got private property signs posted out front, you make sure you point out, this is private property. Please leave. And they say, well, we got the. Do you have a court order? No. Please leave. You do not have to let them on your property. If it's private property, you do not have to let them on your property. They are supposed to vacate the premises without a court order. That is by law. And that is law in almost every state. That is a big violation of your rights if they try to even force their way into your home. And if they try to bring a cop and use a cop as the coercion part, don't fall for it. Look right at the cop and then ask him, I need your name and badge number, and I need to know who your supervisor is. And then look at the lady and ask her, do you have a badge and do you have a name? And who do you work for? And document it. That way, when they say, oh, well, they didn't let us in, we can say, you violated private property. We asked you to leave. That's within our constitutional right. You can fight that, Chris. You can. You really can. Um, I think if you went and had one done on yourself without them, on your own, do it on your own. Don't let them have access to it. Do it on your own and prove that you ain't showing positive. They like to tamper with evidence too. That's why I'm telling you, go have one done on your own. Pay the $150. Go get it done if you have to. Then you got your results, and it's not put in by them, because they will tamper with evidence just to get their case. She lied under oath in the courtroom, so when they didn't work, they said I made a fake prescription, which I didn't. Yeah. Girl, I don't know how you're doing it. I would have had a nervous breakdown already, to be honest. Um, yeah, I cannot see my kids, but I do talk to my son because he's 19. I have an older one. Um, he's from my ex-wife, and we talk from time to time. So we're trying to build a relationship. Maybe I hope, because I haven't seen my son since he was 5. I saw him once before that and introduced him to his older sister.
Well,
But well, youngest sister for him, but
his
older sister
oldest
to
younger,
Rasta.
his older sister.
Herbert was in the back room. All right, we're gonna get Herbert out here. Good evening, Herbert.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Good. How about yourself
I,
tonight?
good. I was on for a while, just sitting in the back room.
Yeah, I didn't see you, buddy. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. So, something when I got off, you mentioned to somebody is a very good point, and that was driving around without a driver's license with children in the car is definitely a target for CPS.
Well, no, this is the actual CPS worker.
Oh, CPS workers shouldn't be driving around without a driver's license. They should be reported.
There you have it. And Herbert's our CPS police over there. He knows police law.
Yeah, the individual, they should have all their credentials. They should have their driver's license, registration, and their insurance for the vehicle, along with the proper seat, a baby seat or a child seat, depending upon the age of the child.
That's right. So, any news from you, Herbert, on your side?
No, except for people still dropping left and right due to the heat. And children too, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's sad.
To me, it's negligence on the part of parents, because they think that because they can take the heat, that it's okay for their child to be exposed to the heat without proper clothing, like a cap or a hat or something on their head.
They won't. They say I'm harassing and causing character defamation.
Sure. And if the right or wrong person sees them with that, they can report them. And then they're wondering why CPS is knocking at their door.
Well, she's saying they're trying to get her for defamation of character.
You said you're trying to give Herbert the definition of character? I'm trying to give you the definition of how to stay away from CPS.
Yeah. Herbert is very good about his side of things. He's law, so.
I think that people have to. I don't want to use the word common sense, because what one person thinks is common sense, another person may feel is not common sense. So we have to go with what CPS sense. How you like that one?
Right.
So it's not about common sense, it's about CPS sense. Because common sense is not taking your child. CPS is taking your child.
Right. You got to use common sense to know. Okay.
No. What I'm trying to say, Vinny, is what you would think is common sense, what I would think is common sense, may be two different things. What CPS considers common sense maybe something different. So we got to learn what's common sense to CPS, because I'm not taking your child and you're not taking my child. They're taking our children.
Right. But they're doing that by breaking their own policies and procedures.
Exactly. But then you say breaking their policy procedures. No, that may be their policy procedure. So then we have to change their policy and procedure on certain things.
Yes, that we do.
Because they're following their policy and procedure.
Yeah, their policy and procedure is don't reunify.
Uh-huh. Or whatever their policy procedure might be, and that's what they're following.
Yep.
So we got to do everything we can to try to avoid being targets of CPS. That's what we have to do.
And that's why we have you, Herbert.
You have your club card, please.
I'm going to kind of lean off camera a little bit, but I'm here.
Yeah, okay. I'm no more searching.
Enter phone number.
Yeah, Roz is at work tonight.
Okay. Well, somebody sent me a text. I thought it was Roz. Was it Roz or somebody else?
It might have been Darren.
Oh, so no, I got Darren. He wanted to know if I was going to be on. I was at an appointment. And then what happened was, after the appointment, I ended up having to go to a store. And I looked at the time and I realized it's time to be on. So I'm on, but I'm doing other things too.
Chris, do you know why they do that? Because when you post on Facebook, a lot of these workers are on Facebook and they're watching your pages. They watch everything you do.
What was the question that Chris asked? I didn't see that.
She said, just like they asked if they could adopt my unborn white baby girl. And although I said no, obviously, they did, however, manage to adopt twin white baby girls.
Oh.
24. And your savings is
Okay.
I think we might have lost Carrie. She was here too, unless she's still here.
Carrie is usually there. Somewhere you'll see Carrie.
There's 5 of us here. So.
I'm in the store. I should interview people, huh, Vinny?
I'm starting to say, man, jeez.
Huh?
Might need to start interviewing.
I said I should interview people and ask them if they've had issues with CPS. That's what I said.
You should do it.
Yeah, I would. Have you ever? Let's ask a question. Have you ever had any issues with Child Protective Services? Nope. So I have one person said nope. And I'm gonna ask somebody else. I gotta pay. It's okay.
well, if you have your club card, please who? If you have your club card,
Be interesting to find out how many people have actually had CPS problems.
enter phone number.
Yeah, I was just looking around for people. When I get off this machine, I'm gonna ask people. Literally ask people. I got a young lady right here right now. I'm gonna ask her. Do you know what CPS is? Child Protective Services?
I've heard of it.
Oh yeah? Do you know of anybody that has had issues with them?
No.
No? Nobody knows? Oh, okay. No, she doesn't know anybody.
That's a good thing.
What am I supposed to do here?
Hit the enter.
Your card has been accepted.
Okay.
There you go. You had 2, right?
1, 2. How many did register?
You scanned 3. I'll take it off for you.
Okay.
I would have hoped that I would have had Mandy on the show tonight, but
Yeah, I don't know. Then we go around and I'm gonna try something really cool and different. It's gonna be very unique. You got it? I'm gonna try something very unique, and that is I'm gonna talk to total strangers and ask them about if they've had any kind of experience with Child Protective Services, and if so, what type.
Please wait. System concept.
that sounds
So far, I
good.
spoke to 2 people, and they said no. But once I get my little receipt here, I'm going to gallivant around the store real quick, because it's hard for me to believe that I can't find one person. That's very hard to believe. Have
Yeah,
you ever heard
Karen.
of CPS, Child Protective Services? You have? Do you know people that's been involved with them? No, but you know what they are. To your knowledge, what are they?
I was gonna say it's a place to call for. I was gonna say to help people in a bad place.
It's okay. This young lady says it's a place to call to help people in a bad place. Okay. I'm on a show right now. That's why I'm trying to interview people.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Have you ever heard of CPS, Child Protective Services?
Uh-huh.
Have you ever had any dealings with them or know people who have had?
No.
No? Okay. What do you know about Child Protective Services?
Oh, that, like, if the kids' mom and dad get killed, they go there.
Uh-huh.
Or if they're beat up by the parents.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Have you heard of cases like that?
I watch TV.
You watch TV. Okay.
Don't believe what you watch on TV, though.
Oh, he's listening to me.
Yeah, I have a show. This is a show I'm on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you watch the TV, but the TV tells you things, right?
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
a story.
Stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. God bless you. Have a nice
You
day.
too.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna hit some more, Vinny.
All right.
This is pretty unique, isn't it?
Yeah. This is neat to hear.
Yeah, it's very unique. Because see, what it is, Vinny, I'm not afraid to talk to people. So, excuse me, ma'am. Have you ever heard of? Excuse me. Have you ever heard of CPS, Child Protective Services? No. Okay. No, it's okay. Some people look at me like I have 2 heads on my shoulder. But I can understand that too, because I'm a minority in a store where I'm the only one in here. If you got my drift.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's why I have to act very gingerly. But at the same token, I'm not afraid to talk to people.
It's good to find out information.
I'm sorry, to find out what?
It's good to find out information.
Yeah. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm on a show that deals with CPS, Child Protective Services. Have you ever heard of Child Protective Services?
Yes.
Do you know much about it? I mean, what do you know about it? What comes to your mind?
I'm good. I can't answer any questions.
Can't talk.
right now.
Okay.
I do
Thank you
apologize.
anyway. Thank you. Okay. So I got one
Asking
person.
about CPS. Yes, we are, Terry.
Yeah. That's it, man. Hi. Have you ever heard of Child Protective Services? You have? What do you know about Child Protective Services? I'm on a show right now, and we're doing a show about Child Protective Services.
They're supposed to help kids, but they don't.
What? You say they don't. Well, what don't they do?
My daughter had a friend that was murdered by her husband, and we had the 3 children for a year, and I took care of them, supported them, took them to doctors, took them to shrinks and everything. And the state came and ripped them out of our house in the middle of the night and split them up to 3 different families.
And your grandma.
This is great grandma.
Your great grandma.
This is my experience with them. They don't
And-
do good at all.
And they took the children away from great
In the
grandma.
middle of the night.
In the
Well,
middle-
we were relatives.
Yes.
She was a roommate.
Yes.
But we were taking care of the children. They didn't cough up any money or do anything to help or anything. They sent them to relatives they didn't even know so that the relatives could collect a paycheck for taking these kids in.
Are you hearing this, Vinny?
Oh, yeah.
I wanted
Yeah,
TV show?
You're on the show.
Oh, I'm in
What?
trouble.
What? No, you're not. What questions do you have for her?
Have they violated any of the policies and procedures?
He wants to know if they violated any policies and procedures.
They let us have the kids and let us think that we were going to, my daughter was going to get custody of those children, and I was full support for a year, my daughter and I, and they came in the middle of the night and took them. So now, this is also 20 years ago.
Yes, it's still happening today.
We have no idea where those kids are.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's happened today. Have you ever thought about maybe using, because you don't know where they are, they're foster care, they eventually might be adopted.
We don't want to interfere at this point. I mean,
Good.
they're grown up. They're
Yeah,
grown
but
up
check this
now.
out. Check this out. Have you ever thought about putting yourself onto Ancestry, just in case they want to look for you?
Oh, they
as
know
they get
how to
older?
find. They know how to find us.
Oh, they know how to
Yeah,
find you.
they know
Okay.
how to find us.
Okay.
Have you ever thought about being on a show to kind of explain your story?
Would you like to be on the
No,
show?
you know, I
Yeah.
called every TV station there was trying to get help when they pulled this crap, and nobody would give me the time of day.
We will.
No, I don't want to bring it up right now.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I'm not gonna, my daughter's moved to Michigan.
Okay.
She doesn't, yeah, we don't want to bring it up
Yeah,
now.
we're
But our
nationwide.
experience is not good with them.
Yeah, we're nationwide. This is being recording coming out of Maine, Portland, Maine.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
so we deal with all the states. I happen to live in Arizona, so I'm covering Arizona. But we have people in Michigan, Alabama, Louisiana, New Jersey,
I
New
know
York.
it's a tough job, but
Yeah.
when you got people who care about these children
Yes.
and want to take care of them,
Yes.
and they do what they did. it's
Yes.
very good.
No, it's not. Thank you
I'm
for
not gonna
taking
be-
the time.
Am I on TV or just a
No, it's just a podcast type show.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. You're not gonna see
I
yourself.
don't do
You're not.
technology.
No, you're not gonna see yourself on CNN.
Yeah, I don't do too, but yeah, it's just, and then my daughter had two other sisters after that she was a foster parent with.
Oh,
Yeah, so, and they came out okay,
okay.
but because she was married at the time, so she got to keep them.
Yeah.
Their father was in prison and the mother was living on the streets. So we had
Absolutely, Carrie.
Wow. What do you think?
and I don't think she got any financial.
What do you think
help.
started it? Like from the beginning? I mean, your
Foster
great grandchildren were born.
My
They were not
grandmother.
part. They were
No.
not part of CPS then. What started it? What was the target? What put you guys on the radar for them?
My grandmother was a true Christian and the only one I've ever met in my life, and she raised me.
Right.
And I'm taking care of elderly people where I live in. I just moved into a retirement community,
Yes.
and I got picked right off the bat as the young one, so I'm helping some people. There's a lady there that's blind, so I take her shopping and help her out.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how did your grandchildren, great grandchildren, get involved with CPS
No,
from the
that
beginning?
would be my children.
Your children.
my
How
children.
did your children?
Because the way I raised them and the way my grandma raised me. My grandma would come down and kick my ass if I didn't do the right thing.
Okay.
Okay, and I would do the same for my girls.
Okay. And you think that's what
You're
put you on
supposed
the?
to give, what is it? Give people what you expect to get back
Sure.
or whatever. You got to take care of other people.
So you think that's what started you on
My grandmother.
your
yeah,
grandmother
her,
started
her raising me.
the way
yeah.
the raising, the way it was
She
raised.
took care of homeless people, and the
Yes.
church sent everybody to her. She made clothes for kids. and-
Yes.
Yeah. She
That's
did.
awesome.
Yes.
My grandmother was a true saint.
Yes. My name is Herb. I'm one of your neighbors.
Herb.
I live right here in Arrowhead Ranch.
Oh, I live in South Scottsdale now.
Oh,
My
good.
kids live here in Arrowhead.
Oh,
I'm just
good.
helping out right now.
Congratulations.
So now they're not into saving children; they're into saving animals. The one in Michigan takes
Hey,
in
all the power to them.
and the one here takes in dogs and cats. So, do you want anybody dogs and cats? Let me know.
Okay. I'm sure I'll see you around because I'm in the store all the time.
Okay.
Thank you. My
It's
name
nice
again.
meeting
My name
you.
is Herb.
Herb,
Okay.
I don't remember names. It's
Don't
Honey
worry
and-
about it.
Honey and Sweetie. I owned bars for 30 years.
Okay,
I called
we'll call-
everybody Honey and Sweetie.
Okay, honey. I'll call you honey.
I remember their drinks, but I couldn't remember their names.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Yes. Thank you. How was
Yeah,
that,
she
Vinny?
did.
How was that, Vinny?
That was awesome.
Yeah. Let's see if I hit one more and then I'll get out of here. Oh,
There you have it, people. I mean,
this is
I
live
just
on the
heard-
spot. Hitting the
corruption
trenches.
runs deep. That lady said over 20 years ago. That's how long it's been going
Excuse me,
on.
man. I was going to ask you where something's at, but no. I'm going to ask you a question because I'm on a show right now. Have you ever heard of Child Protective Services?
Yes, I have.
What do you know about Child Protective Services?
I know quite a bit about Child Protective Services.
You do?
Yes, I studied that in college.
Did you? Was that like social welfare or social work?
Well, I was a child and family services major, so I did that, and so I did some classes on basically doing child abuse and like classes like that. So it was just involved in helping kids and protecting them based on their parents and everything like that.
So what do you think what is going on now where a lot of children are being taken away from their parents, put into foster care, and they're never reunified?
I think it can be really sad because they are, I guess, back with their parents, but also at the same time, sometimes their parents can get help. So making sure that there's programs where parents are able to get help is important because sometimes that's not put into place and they're never able to see them again, but also there's times where it's needed that they never see their parents. So it's definitely sometimes important, sometimes not.
Yeah.
But I actually have to go, but thank you.
No, thank you. Okay, are you planning on working for Child Protective Services?
No, I'm not. I'm doing something else.
Oh, okay. Have a nice day.
Thanks, you too.
Okay, bye. How's that, Vinny?
Wow.
Am I good or what?
Yep.
Yeah. That all comes from my background. I'm used to talking to strangers.
Yeah, Carrie said before you get arrested for harassment.
That doesn't constitute harassment unless the person says to me, leave me alone, and I keep persisting to talk to them. Now that constitutes harassment. As long as I speak to someone and they speak back to me, that doesn't constitute harassment.
Yeah, Herbert doesn't know.
So let Carrie know. I know how far I can go before crossing the line.
Well, we got about 20 minutes left.
Sir, have you ever heard of Child Protective Services?
Oh, yeah.
What do you know? Whoa. Let me get with this. What do you know about Child Protective? I'm on a show here, and I'm on a show, and we're doing a show about Child Protective Services.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, what do you know about Child Protective Services?
All I know is that they, provide services for people that are having problems, like going through divorces,
Oh, like divorces, like husbands and wives having
custody
divorces.
things, or they have kids that are getting beat up, and then the school teachers, they'll see something, and they'll go to their administrators, and then they'll get CPS involved in that.
Thank you.
Okay.
There you go. I just had to grab an over. It was getting contagious.
That's awesome, though. It's good to hear the different stories.
Yeah. And this where I live is a very nice community. But for some people that have never heard of it, that could be mind-boggling. But for people that have heard about it, thank you very much, by the way. Thank you. That was just a young lady that refused to give an interview, but I thanked her anyway.
Yep.
So, do your listeners have any questions about those things that those people were talking about?
That's a good question. Carrie, Chris, anyone out there? Do you have any questions about what the people had said? The percentage of the people we talk to believe they are in place to help. Yeah.
The one young lady, the last one, I know you couldn't see her size. She was, she had to be every bit of 6'2". She looks like a volleyball player or a swimmer. She, right off the bat, says, oh, yeah, I know a lot about Child Protective Services.
It's interesting to see that these people know that they're supposed to be there to help and they don't do it.
Yeah. Excuse me, ma'am. Do you know about Child Protective Services? You're a teacher. Have you come in contact like with children that you think that have been maybe, I don't know, because you're a reporter. In other words, since you're a mandated reporter.
Yeah.
You're a mandated. Okay. I'm on a show right now that's coming out of Maine, and we're talking about Child Protective Services
Mhm.
and how we feel that they're not doing the right thing, taking care of trying to reunify children and stuff together. So have you ever had the opportunity where you had to make a mandate report?
Not me,
Uh-huh.
but I've known other teachers.
But you know of other teachers?
Yeah.
And
Are
what,
you recording me?
this is on a podcast. It's not CNN, NBC, or ABC.
Hmm.
So the thing is, what I want to know is, of the teachers, when they reported it, was it something really that you would report, or you think that,
I think so.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And do you recall the outcome of that? Like,
No, it was actually at the end of the school year, so I
Yeah.
moved to another school.
yeah.
So,
And the school system, the way it is now, do you think we should get CPS more involved or less involved? I mean, from your as a school teacher.
you know, it's a case by case basis. It really is, and you have to be very careful. You know, you want to make sure that the child is safe, but
Uh-huh.
you don't want anybody to be accused that hasn't done something.
Yeah,
You know?
because that puts them on the radar. Yeah,
Yeah, and it disrupts everybody's life.
yeah, believe me.
So
I deal with lots of people whose lives have been disrupted for years and they still don't have their children back.
right.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen both sides of it. I used to when I about 1,000 years ago when I was young and lived in California. I
Yes.
worked as a welfare worker.
Oh, you were?
And
Okay.
I worked side by side with CPS, and
Uh-huh.
I remember one time they gave a baby back, and that baby ended up being killed.
Herbert, I got a
No.
question for us.
Go ahead.
Carrie
Mr. Host.
posted in the comments, would she approach the parent first?
In other words, rather than reporting it, would you contact the parents first about the matter?
As a teacher right now, what we're supposed to do is go to administration and have them kind of make a decision.
So
Okay,
that
so-
covers you right there. You're right in the picture. Yeah.
Right, because if you approach a parent and something is going on that is hurting the child, then the child could get even more repercussions.
Oh, yeah, from the parents.
Right.
Oh.
So you want to protect everybody, the parents, the children. So
That's a good point. Did you hear that, Vinny?
I did. Yep.
Yeah. So by her approaching the parents, it could cause detriment to the child.
in some cases.
Yeah. In some cases.
I mean, in some cases, I would say yes, like an abusive kind of situation. But in a situation where a kid either misses breakfast or I know caseworkers up here that will call on you just for that.
Oh, missing breakfast just once or so. I mean, sometimes
Oh,
people
yeah.
are running late. Sometimes, children don't want to eat breakfast, that kind of thing. And at our schools, Deer Valley, we usually have something for the children to eat. So,
Yes.
They have an opportunity for that.
Yes.
I'm talking about serious
Neglect.
neglect, abuse, physical, things like that.
Yeah. And Deer Valley School, by the way, which is a nice school district, he's up in Portland, Maine. So Deer Valley School, which is a nice school district, do you see a lot of that going on?
No.
Not like we would have down in the lower part of Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the lower part of Phoenix.
Okay.
But what I am familiar with in Deer Valley, we don't. I've never actually.
Yeah,
seen it
that's right, Carrie.
I see. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
She was so helpful. I'm going to help her with the bags.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, I'm back with you, Vinny.
That's awesome.
Don't forget your purse.
Yeah.
Yes. And I got your basket. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, I just took the lady's basket also. So she don't have to put it back.
Yeah, Carrie said she's very objective and looks at all sides, and she's right.
Yes. 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 Oh, hi. Oh boy, I had to stop myself. I was getting ready to stop another person. I had to stop myself.
So here's a question for all of you. What do you think about President Trump saying that he's going to put God back in our schools?
Okay. I'll wait till you see what your responses are. And my response would be, what God is he talking about? The Hindu God, the Buddha God? You know, which one is he talking about?
Exactly. That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I've been seeing this guy on TikTok, and I've been talking to him on and off, and he reads scripture. And everything that has come to light that's been going on matches to the Bible.
Yeah. Actually, about a week ago, I spoke to a Jehovah's Witness who showed me in their, I think it's called New World Testaments. I'm not sure of the exact name of their religious Bible, but they indicated to me that all of this stuff was already perceived. That government will be falling the way it is, and people will be against people, and famine, and food, running out of food, and water, and everything else, pollution. I guess that's the old saying, what goes around comes around, huh, Vinny?
Yeah. I think he's looking for an answer to get people to have better morals, but that isn't going to do it because Herbert is right. Which God?
Yeah,
I agree with that, Carrie. We need to find out which God.
But I believe Donald was referring from Christianity. That's what I believe. I can't say for a fact, but I think he's referring to Christianity. And not everybody in America is Christian.
No, it isn't. No.
No. What about the hardcore atheists? What are you going to put back in the schools for them when they were never a part of it in the first place?
That is true. It should be all religions across the board.
Yeah. I think moral respect. I think other words along that line should be put back into our communities and system.
Yep, I agree.
I don't know if you noticed, but just about every person I approached spoke to me.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't want to get involved in talking, one lady did not. But other than that, they gave me respect. And I was the only person of color in the whole store.
I'm gonna start doing that, and then I'm gonna do send clips of it to Darren so he can post it on the show.
Great idea, Vinny. Great idea.
I think that would help. You get the word out.
Because when I was approaching people, they looked like I was approaching them to ask for money. or I was going to do harm to them or something. You should see their faces. But I just walked up to perfectly good strangers. They were kind of standoffish at first.
Carrie said we all need to build bunkers, and she agrees too.
We should all go bunkers.
Yeah.
Now, ask Carrie. Carrie,
Herbert froze there for a minute.
we should all. What point or what respect?
You froze, so we didn't hear it all, Herbert. And he froze again.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. So when she says let's go bunkers in what respect? Like,
And he froze. I think he's trying to ask what you mean by build bunkers and why, Carrie. I think that's kind of what he's reaching at. Because we totally lost him now. He's froze. But we're just about out of time anyways. It's about 9:53. We lost Herbert. I don't know if we're going to get him back until after the show is over anyways. But I hope all of you keep fighting that fight. Keep spreading the word about CPS and the corruption that we're all facing across the country and the trafficking of our children. We need to put an end to this and put a stop to the corruption all around. As people of the United States and other states and countries, we need to stand our ground, especially in the U.S., we the people. So until next time, this is Vinny from Maine. I hope you guys have a great evening. God bless. Stay safe. And again, do not let CPS in your door. I'm out of here. Have a great night, all. Then you put up the things at the end.
The children in our country are being made to be the victim of a situation they are not involved, and then sent to a foster home where they again are reintroduced to trauma of being the odd ball. Our courts are contaminated with young, inexperienced caseworkers and polluted with bribes, high-priced bonuses for speedy adoption of terminated parents, and judges who don't practice law with the Constitution in their sights. This is a problem. George Washington never thought of children as pawn in the game of freedom and American values, and never had he wanted to sell them. They were from his maker, his creator. Our children are being run down for no other reason than the profits being made in some way. Somehow these government agencies make money hand over fist day in and day out. They have you go to classes that they are billing for, and there is no viable reason for you to attend. Yet when you hear an update, CPS tells you that you're further away from when you started. Reunification is your goal, not theirs. And after you go through 12+ months of grueling, painstaking classes and meetings, all while getting the slimmest amount of time to visit your child, and even worst, you are always supervised, never alone again with your child. It's awful. How do they feel, do you think?
Where's the outrage? Why is nobody standing up for these families being torn apart by CPS?
Please don't tell me you're going to put all your bets on this superhero. You grown-ups are supposed to be coming to his rescue. Stop ignoring this problem. There is nothing more I can say to any of you. Please fight CPS and help those who have lost so much they can help themselves.